Hey friends, welcome back to Chat with Nat, Conversations That Count, where we talk real life, real money, and real strategies to build wealth without worry and a life well lived. Today's episode is brought to you by Casa de Confidence Productions. Julie and Dan Collins are the kind of team every podcaster dreams of. They're supportive, professional, and incredibly talented at helping your voice come through clearly and confidently. If you've ever thought, maybe I should start a podcast, go connect with them at casadeconfidence.website and see exactly what that could look like for you. I am recording this episode on International Women's Day, and what better day to talk about some amazing women who move the needle. Imagine a world where women had never challenged the status quo. There were no women voting, no women running companies, no women flying planes, no women leading movements. Imagine generations of brilliant, brave women being told, no, that's not for you. And instead of pushing back, they believed it. But that's not our story, because through history, women have stepped forward when the world told them to stay back. They spoke up when they were told to stay quiet. They broke rules that were never meant to limit them in the first place. And because of those women, the doors we walk through today exist. Today, we celebrate International Women's Day, not just as a holiday, but as a reminder that progress happens when courage meets conviction. And history is filled with women who didn't just participate in the world. They changed it. But before we dive into some of those incredible stories, I want to share my money tip for the week with you. Ladies, financial independence is not optional. It's essential. Right now, women control or influence over $30 trillion in global spending. And by 2030, women are expected to control nearly 2/3 of the wealth in the United States. But here's the reality. Many women still leave financial decisions to somebody else, a spouse, a partner, a financial advisor they've never met, or worse, they have no plan at all. Know your numbers. That's today's money tip. Know what you earn, what you save, what you invest, what protects your family, what creates income for your future. Because empowerment doesn't just happen in boardrooms or politics. It happens when a woman takes ownership of her financial life. All right, now let's talk about some of the women who moved the needle for all of us. Susan B. Anthony was a woman who fought to be heard. In the 1800s, women in America could not vote. Imagine the laws shaping your life, yet you had no voice in choosing them. Susan B. Anthony spent over 50 years fighting for women's suffrage. She organized rallies, delivered speeches, and even voted illegally in 1872, which, fun fact, was exactly 100 years before yours truly was even born. For that vote, she was actually arrested and fined $100. She refused to pay that fine. Although she didn't live to see the outcome her fight helped lead, it impacted significantly the 19th Amendment in 1920, which granted women the right to vote. Her courage changed democracy forever. Amelia Earhart was a woman who broke barriers. In 1932, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Aviation was considered dangerous even for men at the time. But Amelia wasn't just flying planes. She was flying past expectations. She once said, "The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity." Come on, ladies. I love that one. I need to write that on my mirror or something. Y'all, success does not start with certainty. It starts with courage. And Amelia Earhart showed us what courage really is. Rosa Parks was a woman who sparked a movement. Sometimes history turns on a single moment. In 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama. That one act sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. which became a catalyst for the civil rights movement. Her quiet courage reminds us change does not always start with loud voices. Sometimes it starts with quiet strength. Margaret Thatcher, a woman who led a nation. Margaret Thatcher became the first female prime minister of the United Kingdom in 1979. She was known as the Iron Lady. She led Britain through significant economic and political changes. Her leadership proved something the world had long doubted, that women could lead at the highest levels of power. She's known to once say, "If you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman." I have heard that quote multiple times before, y'all, but I did not know that it was actually Margaret Thatcher that said that. So, fun fact there. Mother Teresa, a woman who led with compassion. She dedicated her life to caring for the poor and dying in the streets of Calcutta. Her mission reminds us that greatness doesn't always look like power and influence. Sometimes it looks like service. And she once said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." What an example she was. Women today, the needle is still moving. Today, we're building businesses, leading organizations, changing industries, serving communities, raising families, creating movements. And women entrepreneurs are starting businesses at twice the rate of men in many parts of the world. But perhaps the biggest shift today is this. We're realizing we don't need permission to lead. And that is an important thing I want you guys to hang on to. You don't need anybody's permission to chase that thing that's on your heart, to follow your purpose or the calling you feel like you have in life. All you need is the courage to take action, and the pieces along the way will fall into place. I hope these stories of amazing women who laid the groundwork and opened doors for you and I to walk through, ladies, resonate with you today. And maybe the little bit I've shared about them sticks with you when you face things that are maybe going against the grain or not the norm in your world, and that you choose courage and you choose to take action because you're called to do whatever it is you're stepping into. My hot take for International Women's Day is the biggest barrier that women face today isn't capability, it's confidence. Too many of us still believe that we need more education, more experience, more approval, more validation before we step into leadership, wealth, or opportunity. Meanwhile, men will apply for jobs when they meet only 60% of the qualifications. Us as women, we're waiting until we feel 100% ready. But the truth is, or the question is, are we truly ever 100% ready? Here's the truth. You don't need permission to build wealth, to build a company, to lead organizations, to create movements, to raise an amazing family. Let me say some of those again. You do not need permission to start the business. You do not need the permission to lead. And you certainly don't need permission to change your family's financial future. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build by taking action. International Women's Day isn't about just looking back. It's about looking forward. Because somewhere right now, a little girl is dreaming about what she might become. And one day she'll look back at the women who came before her and realize they made her path possible. So today we celebrate women who move the needle, and we celebrate the women who are moving it right now. The entrepreneurs, the mothers, the caregivers, the leaders, the women building legacies. Maybe that woman is somebody you admire. Maybe it's somebody in your life. Or maybe it's you. Happy International Women's Day to each and every woman out there who's listening to this episode. Go make a difference in the world. Step into exactly who you feel like you're being called to become. Don't wait until you're 100% ready. And most importantly, don't you ever wait for somebody else's permission. If today's episode lit a fire in you, which I hope it did, it lit a fire in me. And I actually am going to spend some time digging deeper into those amazing stories that I shared with you today. Because if those big things came from those 4 women, there's so much more there to unpack and learn. But I'm going to ask you, if this episode lit that fire within you, that you share it with somebody who could benefit from this information, who could benefit from hearing they don't need somebody else's permission to chase their dreams, or take a more active role in their financial future, or lead within the 4 walls of their home or the company they work in, or to build an amazing, thriving business that changes the world around them. Also, please follow me on Substack for more content on caretaking, building wealth, and protecting those you love more. Sharing more stories, having more chats with amazing women who are moving the needle every single day. Let's keep building wealth, wisdom, and wins together. Thank you for listening, and until next time, protect your peace, protect your people, and protect your wealth.